Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Conservative Daily Post. Giving you a bit of a video update today on where we are in Syria. My name is Samuel Gangi. I'm sure you've seen my articles up and about on the Conservative Daily Post. If not, welcome aboard. Also to all the regular viewers from my show, thanks for joining in as we do this today. So where are we at? Where are we at with Syria? I have a couple of articles up, and you can find them. I'm going to screen share them ever so quickly here. The two I have up currently that I think you're going to want to check out, at least to put some of what I'm going to be telling you into context. Russian battleships moving rapidly towards U.S. destroyers involved in the Syrian strike. Now, this matters a lot, and I'm scrolling down slowly so that you can read it as we go. This matters quite a bit because what we're seeing here is two nuclear nations standing, as it were, nose to nose, and neither one of them seem willing to back down. The latest reports are showing that Russia is joining with Iran, and of course we have the initial one here: breaking U.S. launches 60 missile attack against Syria. Of course, we've since learned that that is 59. And to put us up to date here, the sun.co.uk, down the warpath, Russia and Iran say they will respond to American aggression following airstrike in Syria. This isn't good news. They said they will respond jointly to any aggression. We all know that Iran has a habit, and we've covered this many times, of chanting death to America, death to the Jews. So for them to be going about it this way and teaming up as they are, this could be significant. But where are we at? Why are we here at this time? Well, now that we're up to date, let's go ahead and take a look at it. For one thing, we have a clear message being sent to China and by proxy North Korea, because we all know that China is the puppet master who has sort of lost control of their puppet, North Korea. We've seen North Korea openly mocking China for being America's puppet. So when President Xi from China, when he landed in America in Mar-a-Lago with the president, this bombing was underway. This was clearly a message. Maybe that's not why he did it, but it was clearly a message that this was exactly something that China wouldn't want to do by continuing to provoke us. We covered, how long ago was it, the nuclear mushroom cloud that was on top of the graphic that China had at a convention. And guess where that nuclear mushroom cloud was, friends? It was over the United States. Trump doesn't want any more of that. North Korea, I have written about this, and those of you on the Conservative Daily Post, I'm sure you've seen that I have a tendency to write about North Korea. Not only are they backwards and strange, not only are they the last time that you're ever going to get to see a country this strange with a leader this gone, acting as a figurehead for a state so powerful, but you're also going to find out that as this carries on, North Korea has been ignored time and time again because something happens. No matter what it is, something always comes into the rescue of North Korea. This time, it was the disaster in, well, not a disaster, I guess the attack in Syria. We know that maybe it is a disaster. We know that on one hand, a lot of the people who have hated Trump are in favor of this, and people that have always been on the side of liberty, not so much so. Rand Paul, Ron Paul, I'm pretty sure Justin Amash, not too happy about this. Hillary Clinton, very happy about this. She said that we should do it before we started. Then again, who did we vote for? If you voted for Trump, then you voted for Trump in part because you agreed that you trusted the man. Now, if it would somehow become ill-gotten trust, then we have all the right in the world to pursue that and question it should it happen. But so far, this is the man who stopped the TPP. And this is the man who did what they said could not be done and won the election. So we don't want to go ahead and immediately rule him out as if the first thing that makes some of us of the more constitutional mindset in regards to military strikes. Even though that makes us worry to some degree, we do have to trust the man that we voted for at the end of the day. And if it ends up that this becomes a disaster or a mess, then it can be treated so. But I don't think we are any better than the left was when they attacked Trump for what he did nonstop without any facts. So we need to see what develops with this and what rolls in with this. But to go back to the earlier statement, yes, certainly. I think that this is a message to China and it's a message to North Korea. You're not always going to be distracted by a Syrian attack. You're not always going to have some disaster in the world, some earthquake save you from being the target of someone who has to pay for the things that you have done. Those days are over. That message went to them. The trouble is, what message was it? We'll tie it up this way. If Donald Trump was correct, then the message that was sent is very, very clear. The message is, North Korea, if you threaten us with nuclear weapons, or South Korea, or Japan, or our allies, if you continue to send your rockets up into the sky, the ones that actually make it, and they continue to fall on shipping lanes in Asian countries where the United States and our allies have interests, then there will be a penalty for you to pay, because the United States has ignored you for a long time and allowed you to do all of the crazy things that you have done. But if you continue to threaten us, you're in trouble. And likewise to China and to Russia and to other nations. If this isn't Assad's doing, if that's the case, then the message that we have sent to the world is, we will attack you even if we don't know if our facts are right, and that's going to make things even worse. So we don't know. We have to let this unfold. But if we were going to analyze it fairly, that's where we are now. That is the big question that everybody's waiting to see what the answer is. Beyond that, we need to remember that Russia is very, very serious about protecting Assad, because that is also protecting their own pride on a national level. And that is a big thing for Russia, especially after perestroika and some of the things that happened in the aftermath of the fall of the Berlin Wall. That, friends, is where I, as a writer here at the Conservative Daily Post, see it. It'll be interesting to see how this plays out for the next couple of days as all of us give our hopes and our prayers cooler minds prevail, since these people have their finger on the nuclear button, and we know that only too well. Let's hope that the Russians siding with those who chant for our death in the street do not end up being the people that decide whether or not we attack or don't attack. We have made our statement to Syria now, and it's important for cooler heads to talk about what is going on in terms of Assad, and that is what we all want to see happen. It remains to be seen if that's going to be the case. Thank you for tuning in, friends. Go ahead and hit share, hit subscribe, and good night. God bless.